So what it's like now, for starters, I've learned and I'm learning how to be a father to my kid. And I understand now that my daughter alone will not keep me sober, no matter how much I love her, no matter how much she loves me. Fatherhood alone, can't keep me sober. I put certain things first in my life, so therefore I can be a good dad to her, and that's God and helping other people. But what it's like now is I had a couple jobs throughout sobriety. A couple jobs I liked, a couple jobs I didn't like. And about a year ago, Tim, came to me and said, I need a new property manager. You'd be interested. And I came to him a while back and asked him if the position was open. I'd definitely like to do it. And he wasn't really looking at the time, and so he's like, food for thought. Thanks for the offer. So when the opportunity came up, I jumped at it. And I remember that conversation I had with Brian, my property manager, when I got off the plane. And he told me about what he did, and I was like, someday, I want to do that. And he was like, take it easy, kid. You got a lot to learn. And I learned a little bit. I learned a little bit about myself and about how to stay sober. And I jumped at it because I had such an amazing experience here. I wanted to recreate the experience I had for any guy that comes in, from here on out. And now I'm the property manager. Now I'm the on-site supervisor here at Healing Properties, and I have, I get to, be there for the guys, just like, Brian, my property manager, was here for me. And say, look, here's a list of numbers, or give this guy a call, and look, this is what worked for me. Give it a shot, man. One of the coolest things I've heard is, stay here 90 days, and at the end of that 90 days, if you're not satisfied with your sobriety, we'll be glad to refund your misery.
That's adorable.
Yeah. And it's the truth. I get to see the other side of it. Guys come in, just that fear, just full of fear, different forms of it. Whether it's, I'm from New Jersey and I'm tough, and you got the guys that are just, very, very shy and quiet. But everybody that comes in, they're given an opportunity like I was, and it's awesome to be a part of that. And I met, a girl not too long ago. 2 years ago we got engaged. We bought a puppy.
Sadie, she's adorable. She's hiding behind camera.
We got a puppy. That's the closest thing we're gonna have. We're gonna get to, raising spawn for a long time. So, but it's awesome. My life's great today, and it's not because I live in a 4-bedroom house or driving a luxurious car. It's because I have I feel free. And something that's awesome. One of my favorite lines in the Big Book is in in Dr. Bob's Nightmare, when it says, I'm relieved of the terrible curse from which I was afflicted. And I feel like every day I wake up, I'm just given another opportunity to live and live free, of that hopeless state of mind and body. And it's awesome. And like I said, it's not because of my material things that I have. I
do have a spear gun, though.
I just got a spear gun, which is pretty cool. But I learned how to do so much stuff in my life, and I get to practice, what I learned how to do. And like I said, it's just, I get to live, and I get to live free. And I'm building relationships, left and right, and it's all about the relationships I build. Learned that from Mike. With my family, and I get to be there for my daughter, and I get to send my mom Mother's Day cards, and it's great. Sobriety has given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. And when you hear people say that, you think it's such a cliche, and like, oh, what are you talking about? But from where I was at, I could have never dreamt of, not using or drinking, for 24 hours, let alone 3 years. And the fact that I wake up every day free of that is unbelievable to me, and it is beyond my wildest dreams. And it's awesome. I love my life. I couldn't ask for a better one. And that's what it's like for me now. Well, sponsoring guys, I've learned in sobriety is the only thing, more or less, that keeps me sober. When I take other guys through the book, like Mikey took me through the book, what I'm doing is I'm giving back, and I'm giving back, a free gift, the gift of sobriety. And I learned that I'm a selfish and self-centered person through the, to the core. I'm just very, very selfish, and the only way I get out of that is reaching my hand out to a new guy coming in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous and say, hey man, do you have a sponsor? Do you need somebody to take you through the book? I learned that step work keeps you sober, so I reach my hand out to the other guys that are coming in, just like Mikey did with me. Sponsoring guys, taking other guys through the book, of Alcoholics Anonymous, it keeps me sober, and I don't just do it because it keeps me sober. I do it because I've come to love doing it. I love seeing when guys light up and they're like, I'm like, this makes sense. I'm like that, and there's a way out. Holy crap. And it became something I love to do, and simultaneously I stay sober in the process. So it's awesome, man.
Well
One of the cool thing is with the guys that go through healing properties and stay sober, I've come to see it, and from going through it, and from Mikey on back, guys come through healing properties and stay sober, and they forever come back.
Yeah.
They stick around. It becomes a family. We have a big family, and it's awesome. We are like a giant family, and we all stick together, and more or less just like getting sober in AA, we all had that same common denominator. We all, got sober at healing properties and have great lives because of it. It's really cool, and Mikey coming back, to sponsor guys, and it became home. This is where it all started for us, and I feel forever in debt, and it doesn't feel like a debt though. It just feels like, that's my home. And if I wasn't working here, I'd be doing the same thing. Pre-employment here, before I got a job here, I was always going back and scooping up new guys, and it was great. The many places around here. It's a place that you come to get sober. And that's it. You come here, and if you're serious about staying sober, yeah, exactly, you will. We're about step work. We're about meetings. We're about sponsorship, and we're about having fun. And it's that's what it's all about. And that's what we push, and that's what we require, and that's what works. And it's great.
Yeah.
Great, thanks for that.
Yeah. That had to be in there. I mean, every time you say a statement like that, you gotta have some bass behind it.
Good.